Hello and welcome to Afis Concept TV, where we give you the latest news, gist, and updates. If you are just tuning in, we say welcome to Afis Concept TV. Please click on the subscribe button to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also click on the notification post to be the first person to get our updates when we release them. To all our returning listeners, we also say thank you for listening to us. Kindly tell your friends and families to also subscribe to Afis Concept TV. Thank you. And now to the news of today. The headline: 5 arguments in favor of Nnamdi Kanu prison release. And now to the news in full. The detention of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been a subject of intense discussion and controversy in Nigeria for a considerable amount of time. Many people think that talking about and finding a peaceful solution to the long-standing problems in the Southeast could be made easier by freeing Nnamdi Kanu. Even as security worries in the area grow, a number of prominent figures from the Southeast, which might involve Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi, have been pressuring the federal government to free Kanu. Recently, the governors of the Southeast decided to meet with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to talk about prospects for Kanu's discharge. Despite the fact that the arrested IPOB leader's offense is a serious one that should be handled by an experienced court of law, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi says there are 5 convincing arguments centered on human rights, the possibility of dialogue and peace, legal justice, political stability, and popular opinion, for which many people think that Kanu ought to be freed from prison in response to the ongoing request for his release. 1. Concerns for human rights. 2. Discussion and conciliatory resolution. 3. Equity in law and judiciary. 4. Consistency in politics. 5. Attitude and influence of the public in Nnamdi Kanu prison's release. Significant human rights concerns are brought up by campaigners regarding Nnamdi Kanu's extended imprisonment. There is a widespread belief that he has been deprived of his freedom of expression and assembly. His release has been demanded on several occasions by international human rights organizations, which emphasize the need for just treatment along with respect for the law. Discussion and conciliatory resolution. Many people think that talking about and finding a peaceful solution to the long-standing problems in the Southeast could be made easier by freeing Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu's release, according to those who support it, may help reduce hostilities and encourage more fruitful dialogue between the government and pro-Biafra organizations. 3. Equity in law and judiciary. Concerns have been raised over the fairness and legitimacy of Kanu's arrest and imprisonment. His trial, according to his detractors, was tainted by flaws in the law, and his release will show Nigeria's dedication to maintaining due process and judicial fairness. 4. Consistency in politics. The Southeast has seen turmoil and protest as a result of Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration. Many believe that his release could help defuse the situation, lessen violence and protest, and promote political stability in Nigeria as a whole. Those who support this theory claim that Kanu's release may help strengthen ties between the people of the Southeast and the government. 5. Attitude and influence of the public. The release of Nnamdi Kanu is widely supported by the public, both nationally and internationally. Some individuals believe that by releasing him, the government will be able to address public grievances and show that he listens to the concerns of his people, which could increase the public perception of its legitimacy and credibility. Kanu has been pursuing legal action to restore his release, but a new lawsuit based on fundamental human rights that his legal team established against the federal government was dismissed by the Federal High Court in Abuja, Judge James Omotosho. For alleged rights abuses, Kanu has filed lawsuits against the Attorney General of the Federation and the Department of State Services, seeking $1 billion in damages. While he was being held to prepare for his criminal defense, the leader of IPOB complained that the DSS and its Director General had violated his right to a fair trial by barring his counsel from meeting with him without interference. Justice Omotosho wrote during his ruling that Kanu had not shown sufficient proof to support his accusation, that the head of the IPOB had been obstructed in his communications with his attorneys, that he has been refused unrestricted access to them, and the DSS personnel had his right to a fair trial was violated when someone listened in on his talks with his attorney. Said that this Nnamdi Kanu's issue is getting more intense and intense. And I know that if he is released, at least his people will be happy. They would believe in the law system of Nigeria. But right now, if they do not do that, it's going to be more war and more war. Someone in the comment section says, Nigeria government is already in a mess. This matter will totally destroy one Nigeria soon. Exactly. Nigeria government have successfully proven to the world that they are terrorists by going to Kenya to kidnap him. All they are trying to figure is to see ways to change their law, which is impossible in this case. Neither it will result to another civil war, and this same Biafra will become successful. I just really hope that they release this man, because if they don't, I hope we are not heading to another war at the end of the day. My listeners, kindly leave your thoughts in the comment section, and please do not forget to like, to share, and